These are the latest images that we're getting to you from Kolkata. Remember, the Partha Chatterjee remains currently in ED custody. He's being ushered away in the vehicle there, had absolutely no comment with the media, tried to hide his face as well. He's been rushed out from that particular point. We'll get you updates from the ground also in just a bit. I want to throw this back across to Munish for details of the scam. Hour by hour, we're unearthing more details of the level to which this massive recruitment scam ran to. Crores and crores of rupees that was being in fact siphoned off by Partha Chatterjee, by his aide Arpita Mukherjee, who you see on your screens there, the hospital, as she broke down, had a complete meltdown, and officials were struggling really to even carry her and take her out of the car, as you see there on your screens. But Munish, you're also telling us that Arpita has been asked about these companies, about the cash that's also been found, and she's essentially trying to pass the buck. She's trying to say that all of this is Partha Chatterjee's doing. She's thrown him under the bus. Apologies, we don't have Munish with us. We'll reconnect with him in just a bit. But as you see those images on your screens of a wailing, crying Arpita Mukherjee, refusing to cooperate with the authorities, breaking down essentially over all that's transpired in the last 1 week or so. We're getting all the details of the mounting evidence right now against her. 3 shell companies that are currently under the scanner, in which Arpita Mukherjee was named as the director. 2 of these companies, she was named as the director in 2011. The third company is an entertainment company, Arpita HI Entertainment Private Limited, to which she was appointed as the director in 2014. Now, it is with this company that Arpita managed, and the company actually purchased a flat for 75 lakh rupees, which means Arpita was directly linked to that particular purchase. The Enforcement Directorate believes that it is in this apartment, in this property, that all of the cash that they received as kickbacks from the recruitment scam was being kept, was being hidden in this particular apartment. Munish was also telling us that about 3 such apartments in Kolkata have been located. One of those which were raided is where the Enforcement Directorate has found those piles of cash as well. And this clearly runs very, very deep. The rot runs very deep. The Enforcement Directorate is working round the clock to try and unearth all the names who are involved in this massive, massive scam. As far as Arpita Mukherjee is concerned, she is reportedly singing in custody, cooperating, giving all details to the authorities, but also trying essentially to pin the blame of Partha Chatterjee, saying all of this was his doing. She was merely, in fact, at his beck and call, that she was just a conduit. But in that case too, she is still very much guilty of helping the alleged kingpin of the scam, of helping the accused in this scam. The 2 figures, the 2 faces of one of the biggest scams to have rocked Kolkata and Bengal. In the left, Arpita Mukherjee. On the right, Partha Chatterjee. They were close, they were aides, and together, reportedly, they pulled off this mega scam. Indrajit Kundu is joining us with more details on this. Indrajit, the information, the rot is running extremely deep. The kind of information that we're picking up about the shell companies, how Arpita was linked to it, and these mammoth purchases of properties just to hide the wealth that they managed to gather in this recruitment scam as kickbacks.
Well, absolutely. This has come at a time when the Trinamool Congress really did not anticipate, because you would remember, Akshita, the day he was arrested, on that day, Partha Chatterjee, was being produced before court. At the same time, the Trinamool Congress Disciplinary Committee met. That day, the Trinamool's response was that we will wait for the investigation to complete, and we have full faith in the investigation. Let the truth come out. Within a few days, what changed that the Trinamool Congress had to completely, overturn its decision and, suspend Partha Chatterjee pending inquiry and also remove him from the government. Clearly, the Trinamool Congress at this point in time remains on the back foot, given the second cash haul and, gold that was recovered from another apartment that belongs to Arpita Mukherjee. That sealed the nail on the coffin at this point in time. The Trinamool Congress, of course, has now put the onus solely on Partha Chatterjee, former state minister, to come out clean. And at this point in time, Partha Chatterjee, when he is being produced before the hospital, when asked, he clearly says that this is a conspiracy. Now, the big big question, of course, is that what is Partha Chatterjee hinting at? We again asked him that question at the hospital just a short while back. He was keeping mum because what we are trying to understand when Partha Chatterjee says there's a conspiracy, who is hatching that conspiracy? Is he alleging that it is the opposition, the BJP, the central government? Or is he suggesting that his own party, a section of his own party, is trying to sideline and corner him? Akshita?
True. Ajit, at this point, you know, Partha Chatterjee may decide to follow the very usual normal script of saying, I'm being framed, this is a conspiracy. But he'll have to explain that because right now he's completely isolated. Nobody is standing by Partha Chatterjee. His closest aide, Arpita Mukherjee, reportedly has thrown him under the bus. As you mentioned, politically right now, he doesn't have any support. No options left really for Partha Chatterjee, especially with the mountain of evidence that the ED is now gathering with every passing day, Indrajit, against him.
Well, absolutely. You know, the ED here is tightening the entire case. However, as we've been reporting, it's going to be difficult for the Enforcement Director as well to prove the money trail. That's where, it all comes to. That's the brass tacks. So, a huge amount of money has been recovered. The images are definitely shocking, and it has created a political earthquake here in Bengal that has resulted in the removal of Partha Chatterjee from Mamata Banerjee's government as well as from the party. But what next? Because what will come down, of course, is the minute details and the evidence that will be substantiated by the central agency before the court. That is what it will boil down to. Now, it will be very, very crucial for the investigating agency to make that crucial link that this is the money that has been recovered from Partha Chatterjee's aide's house is actually the proceed of the crime. So there are, several people, several aspirants who have been duped. The allegation is that they had to pay up money, those whose names were not on the list, in order to seek a government job. ED's task is cut out. They will have to show the linkage between that money that has been paid allegedly by various job aspirants who did not appear on the merit list and the money that has now been recovered. The Trinamool, of course, upping the ante on the other side. They're trying to be on the offensive despite being on the back foot, because yesterday Abhishek Banerjee said that this is also a failure of the central government. How come such a huge, overhaul of cash, that too new notes, despite demonetization and Prime Minister's claim that all black money has been recovered? So the Trinamool trying to fight it out politically, but even as they do that, there is a lot of embarrassment for the party, and the BJP will be once again out on the streets later this afternoon when Shubhendu Adhikari will be, taking out a protest march against the SSC scam.
So this is also turning into a big, big political fight in the streets of Bengal. Thanks very much, Indrajit, for joining us with all of those details.